So once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. And everyone, welcome back. So today, well, what I'm going to discuss about is about a topic which might be a very common thing, but this is also a very important topic in my perspective. And that is as simple as that. Always be a positive-minded person. Never will be a negative-minded person. That's the point. So this is the topic. You always be positive. Be positive, act positive, think positive, work positive, dance positive, sing positive, do everything positive. That's how it is. Don't ever. I know we might say that we have to foresee or you have to see things beforehand and that negative things can happen in the future or may not happen in the future, whatever it may be. But yes, I get it when you say that. When you say it, we have to think of all the risks. Well, there's a difference. This is not risk. Negative and risk are completely different. Risk is something that we understand that there might be a problem. I mean, if, for example, if we do something like this, we are about to face a consequence of that. So we are knowingly trying to make a problem. That is risk. That must be avoided. But negatives, those are different. Negative doesn't mean risk. It may be risk. It can't be risk. It's not necessary to be risk. Negative is simple as that. You think that something had happened to you. That isn't risk, man. That is just you thinking negative about yourself. That you're about to, when you just see a small mark on your, or a small scar on your face, you think something serious is going to happen, or even something worse is going to happen to you. That's negative. That's not risk. And that's how what I'm saying. Never, ever be negative. Always, every single time, be a positive-minded guy. And it's exactly what I want all of you to be. I myself am not much of a positive-minded person. I wasn't, but now I am, because through all of my experiences, through all of what I've gone through, I have realized that it's always best to be the positive-minded guy rather than even being an inch of foreseeing future. What I don't know. Never be that negative guy, please. I have been. I mean, my most parts of my life, I have been a negative-sided guy. When a small chest pain, or when a small hand pain, or when a small leg pain, whatever, or when a small fever, or when a small, during this coronavirus pandemic, when a small cold strikes me, I fear a lot. I feared a lot, and I don't. I mean, I'm completely accepting that fact. So that's what I'm saying. But then I realized, no, man, you can't be that. If you don't believe in God, that's the moment you think negative. If you believe in God, if you believe in your heart and your soul, and every time that no matter what, my Lord will be there for me, and you will never think negative. You will never ever think negative. So that's my point. You gotta be positive all the time. I mean, let whatever happened doesn't matter. Despite everything, your Lord, in the end, will always be there for you and always make the right decisions. Nothing can go without God's knowledge. I mean, that's the biggest point that I want to make. Every single thing that is happening, even a point of dust that you move, without God's knowledge, none of this will happen. So, what I'm saying is, if it is like if you have a God like that, then why would you fear? Why would you think of negative? Why would you give up when you know there is a Lord who never gives up on you, and it is your duty to never give up on your Lord? Yes, being negative does mean that you have serious lack of faith in God. Of course, I've been negative a lot of times. Of course, I tried to hide out the fact that I wasn't having much faith and all. But the truth is, being negative does, have a lack of faith. Because how many times God has said in the Bible, I don't know how many of you remember, but He has mentioned a lot of times, it is because of your less faith in me that you're not able to do this. You're not. If you have complete faith in me, and if you tell to the mountain to move, that mountain will move. And when He walked on the sea, when people, you know, when one of the disciples came and he said, "Can I?" He first of all, he didn't believe at all, and then he said, "Okay, then I believe in you, my Lord, and can I come to you? Can I walk on the sea just like you did?" And Jesus said, "Of course you can." And he walked on. Yes, he did walk out for a few minutes, but then a storm came by, and then he got afraid. He lost his faith a little bit. What happened? He started a drought, and Jesus said exactly that. If you don't believe, then you're not gonna walk on the sea. That's exactly what I'm saying. Always, always be a positive-minded person. Be that. I mean, why negative? Despite all of it, I know all of us are bound to die one day, or sooner or later, or maybe the next moment. Who knows? Nobody knows. But despite all of that, God knows. God has decided on a plan. He has, ar- He has drawn an architecture about of life. He has constructed every parts of our life, and we have to believe in that. Nothing can change. Of course, we do pray, and guess what? Nobody can touch us. No one. No one can touch us without God's knowledge, without God's approval. No one. If you have that much faith, if you are so strong in our faith, no one will touch us, man. Trust me. That's why I'm saying never ever be a negative guy. Always be a positive guy, no matter what. Think about all the maybe you lose this day, maybe you won't be able to finish a work in time, maybe you desperately know that there is practically very less way to complete this work in a few minutes of time. It's not possible. You're just giving up. Well, guess what? There still might be a way. You know how desperately I want to emphasize on this. I faced exams numerous times. I thought desperately. I really thought that this is it. I won't be able to make it. I won't be able to pass the exam. I won't be able to study. Just 2 days back, I was saying this. What happened the next day was unbelievable. I was understanding the concepts so well. I studied like 10 times faster than I ever did. God provided me a way. He showed me examples. He showed me the way. I followed it. When I followed it, miracles happened. So never give up and never ever be negative. Please don't. It's my kind request. It's my biggest request. Please don't be a negative guy. Always be positive. Like what I said, think positive, act positive, work positive, live positive. Even if you lose someone, even if you know that it's practically very impossible to get it back or get it done. Even in that moment, you must still believe. You should never give up. You should be positive even at that moment. At least you should say that even if I lose this, I will still be able to bounce back stronger. I won't be knocked out. I won't be knocked down. I'll be still the guy that God wants me to be. I'll be that positive guy, and I won't give up. That's the whole point of what I'm talking about. Never. Even if you have a disease, even if you have something, even if you have an incurable disease, even you know that something is so unlikely to happen, you should still believe. Because you never know. Our God is so powerful, man. There's nothing that is impossible for God. Always believe, never ever be a negative guy. Even in the last gasping, last moments, you should still believe and never ever quit. And never think about anything in a negative way. You never give up, man. Be the positive guy that you have to be. That's my point. That's the entire point of what I'm talking right now. So, this is all the... a lot more to say, but I'm just holding it out. I'm just stopping it out, concluding it, because I just won't stop. I have a lot to say. I'm just, I know might have been tired hearing this, so I'm gonna stop it right now, and so I'm gonna conclude it. So, everyone, like what I said, I'm gonna say it again: think positive, act positive, work positive, live positive, and always be positive. And have the extreme amount of faith that you have in God, and never ever lose an inch of it. That's my biggest message that I can ever give. It's my experience, man. I have gone through a lot. I still want to say a lot more examples in my life. Trust me, it's all true. The experience that God gave me, I'm so grateful to my God for every one of that, every moment. In that last gasping moments when I thought I would never be able to do it, I did it. I did it because my God allowed me to. I believe so much, man. That's why all of you to believe as well. So that's all. That's all I want to say to you all. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you got inspired and be the positive guy that you will be and must be. Good. So goodbye and see you later. Soon.